Hi folks, Michael here. This video is about setting up WordPress. So if you're a first-time WordPress user or you're new to WordPress and not quite sure how to set it up, this video is for you. So what we're going to start with here is the initial logon to your dashboard. So what you'll want to do, whatever hosting provider you have will have an icon for you to access your WordPress dashboard. And if they don't for some reason, if you look up here in my location bar, you can type in your domain /wplogin.php. If you type that in and hit enter, you'll come straight to this very same login page for your domain. So the first thing you're going to do is type in your admin ID. That's going to be the initial login for WordPress. Is going to be admin, and then you want to put in your password, whatever that may be. And you can check Remember Me, so it remembers your login ID password next time you try to log in. And we just click Login. Okay, when you log in, you're going to come to what we call the WordPress dashboard. And you may get this little option box up here to save your password if you're using Google Chrome, and that's okay. You can hit Save Password. Alright, so there's a couple things we need to do right off the bat. Number one is a couple updates that you see here. And the very first one is WordPress. So it wants to update to the current version of WordPress. So we'll click Update Now. And anytime you're installing from your hosting provider a new instance of WordPress, you're almost always going to have to upgrade WordPress to the current version. So we'll see that it's updating, and now it's done. Doesn't take very long. It says congratulations, we're now at WordPress 5.2.3. And then the other thing we're going to have to update is any plugins that your hosting provider automatically installed for you. So in my case, I've only got 3 that were installed automatically, and the all-in-one SEO pack is the only one that needs to be updated. So I'll click Update Now. And that's done. So it's updated. Now, if you don't have all-in-one SEO pack, I would go ahead and install that now because you're going to need that. So we'd click on Add New. And it's going to show all kinds of plugins down here. But what we're going to want to do is type in all-in-one SEO. Alright, when we do that, you'll see the all-in-one SEO pack up here. Now on mine it says activate because I already have it installed. On yours it's going to say install now. So make sure it's all-in-one SEO pack and then click install, and when it's done installing you'll get an activate button and you can click activate. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. So now all-in-one SEO is activated, and we're done with that. So the very first thing we need to do in WordPress is take a look at some of the default settings. So if we go down here to Settings and we go to Discussion, there's some things here that we want to make sure that are checked or unchecked in some cases. So starting at the top, you can leave all of these checked up here. Allow people to post new comments. Now, if there's some reason that you don't want people to post comments on your website, then you can uncheck that. But most of the time, you're going to want comments because comments add to the overall content. And it also shows that your blog is active because there's new comments, new content being added, things of that nature. The next one is comment settings. Comment author must fill out name and email. I always leave that one checked. As far as being registered and logged in, you don't have to have them registered and logged in. That's kind of a extra piece of information or extra task the user has to do before they can comment on your site, and that could just make them leave altogether. So I don't check that. Automatically close comments older than 14 days. That's fine. You can leave that at 14 days. Show the cookies opt-in box when you want to do that. Nested comments, 5 is fine with that. So just make sure those are set like that. And we can allow anyone to post a comment, and we always want to hold comments for moderation because we don't want to have spam automatically approved and posted on our website. So we want to make sure we hold those for moderation. And then down here, comment must be approved manually, yes. And comment author must have previously approved comment. No, we don't have to have that. It's an option. If you want them to have that, you can, but that's going to limit who can make posts on your or put comments on your website. So below that, we have some little boxes down here that if we can hold a comment if it contains one or more links, and then when a comment contains one of these, any word or link or URL that you don't want to show up as a comment, you can actually put that in here, and those will be ignored or held for moderation in this box. The bottom box below, they'll actually be ignored. So you can put words such as, bad words, 4-letter words, things like that. And if you know of emails, URLs, or IP addresses that are spamming you, you can enter those down here, and those will automatically be ignored. All right, going on down, we always want to use avatars, and it should be a G rating. And your avatar, for users who without a custom avatar, you can show the mystery person. Otherwise, it's going to show their Gravatar avatar there. And you can just leave that set like that. So when a person comments, if they have an account on Gravatar, their picture there or whatever they have on Gravatar will show up. So we save those changes. All right. And then again, under writing this time, we just want to make sure that we have some options set here. So you don't have to worry about mail server. Default category, you've only got one right now at the beginning, and that's uncategorized, so you can just leave it like that. And default post category uncategorized, that's the way it's going to be. Now, if you're familiar with WordPress and you know what the block editor is, and you want to write with the block editor, you can click that and use have it default to the block editor. I'm going to leave this set to classic editor for now, and in another video we'll go over the block editor and the classic editor. All right, so those settings are done. And one other thing, permalinks. Okay, under permalink settings, you want to make sure that permalink is set to post name. We don't want anything crazy out there listing our post as numeric things or with dates and months and things like that. We just want the post name, and we want it like that because our title usually contains the keyword in our article, and we want that to show up as the post name without all this other mumbo jumbo. Okay, so just make sure that's checked. Again, these could be different depending on your hosting provider. So you'll save those changes. All right, now let's go take a look at some of the default things that are put in here. We'll go into post. You'll see this hello world post, and we don't really care about that, so we're going to trash it. And it's gone. And if we go down to pages, you're going to have a sample page, and we want to trash that. The privacy policy, we want to leave there. And click edit. Now your privacy policy, most privacy policies are pretty much the same. But when you go into this, you'll see some default information put in here. You can go online and do a search for privacy policy templates, and you can find different formats for the privacy policy. But basically, you just want to tell your users how you're handling their information, what their rights are, and give them a way to contact you if there's something there that they want you to remove for them. So that's what the privacy is all about, and we'll just leave this default text in here for now. But once again, like I said, do a search on Google for privacy policy templates and you'll find a ton of them. Alright, so we're going to publish this page so people can see it. Alright, and let's see. We're going to click on pages again. Now there's a few other pages that you're going to need by default, and this is kind of all part of your default setup in WordPress. So I'm going to add a new page, and the other page you're going to need is a terms of use. Oops. Now your terms of use, it's going to list a bunch of things about, you know, how your user is expected to interact with your website. So you can see these on a lot of websites. You can see it on my website as well. I would not copy these from another website. What I would do is get your own terms of use generated, preferably by a legal company, and usually you can get that done for like $5 or $10. So I mean, a lot of them terms of use is a common one that you can get in like a trial membership for like $5 or $10. That's what I did to do mine, and it's real easy to do. But they'll customize it to your particular type of website. They'll ask you questions as to, you know, what type of website you have, and a bunch of different stuff, and they'll use that to generate a proper terms of use for your website. So terms of use is another one that we want, and down here I'm just going to type in terms of use, and I'm going to publish this page as well. So we have some pages that are going to show up with something on them, and we can fix these later. Alright, now if you are a affiliate selling some product or products through affiliate links, you're going to want to have affiliate disclosure. And alright, we're going to do that. Now let me hop over to one of my websites here and give you an idea of what this is all about. So affiliate disclosure. Basically, you're telling your user on your website that this is required by the Federal Trade Commission. You want to make sure you have that in here. And there's tons of these on the web, affiliate disclosure templates. In fact, you could copy this template off my website and just change everything so it's referring to your website and not mine. But it just basically says that per the FTC, you've got to tell them that you're using affiliate links. It doesn't make a difference in what they pay for the product. It just needs to tell them that you might make a commission off of a affiliate link on your web page. So it explains what affiliate links are. If you're selling Amazon products, put this section in. In fact, I would just put it in anyway. Even if you aren't planning on selling affiliate Amazon products right now, you may in the future. So just put it in there, leave it in there, and you don't have to worry about it. And then you know, more about product affiliate links and sponsored content. Okay, so you could actually copy that, customize it for your website, and then put it into your affiliate disclosure. So we're going to publish that. Alright, so that's our affiliate disclosure, and let's just click on all pages here and see what we've got. Okay, so we have an affiliate disclosure, a privacy policy, terms of use. So the other thing you'll want to create is an About Me page. And people word these differently. Sometimes they just say about, sometimes they say about me or about us, just depending on the type of company. So I'm just going to put about me. Oops. And I'm just going to type in, this is my website, blah, 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 blah. All right, and we will publish that. Okay, so now we have About Me, affiliate disclosure, our privacy policy, and terms of use. All right, we should be good. Should make sure we publish this page. Oh yeah, it is published. We're good there. All right. So that is our basic setup when we start off with a site. The only other thing we need to do is customize the appearance of the site and the menu on the site. Now usually your menu is across the top. If you look at my website over here, you'll see how I have the menu across the top, and then I have a sidebar over here, and then my content is all listed. You click the tab for whatever content you want in the menu bar, and then you see the content. So that's kind of a basic layout for a website or an affiliate website, and you may want yours different. Everybody has different tastes. So let's go back over here and let's go to appearance, because right now we're going to click on themes, and right now you probably only have a basic WordPress theme. So there's a lot of WordPress themes out there. Some are better than others, but what I like to do is install a good, lightweight, responsive theme. And the one that I like is GeneratePress, and GeneratePress has a free one that you can start off with. They also have a pro version that you can buy that's pretty inexpensive, that gives you a few more features, but the free version works very well. So we're going to install GeneratePress, and then we're going to activate it. So now if we go up to visit our website, excuse me, I had to take a drink of water there. So now we look at our website, and we see the title of the website, Freedom, just another WordPress site. But we also see the pages that we have created on our menu here. Okay, and then we also see a basic sidebar. And of course, there's nothing found here yet. We don't have any content. But that gives us a basic layout to go with. And if we go back over to our dashboard and appearance, and we do customize, this is where you change the colors and the layout of your website. If you wanted a left sidebar instead of a right sidebar, you could change that here. If you want a different typography up here, you could do that. So let me just show you a couple things. And first we'll go to site identity. Alright, so we see our site title. I just called Freedom for this website, but there's a tagline, just another WordPress site. We don't want that, so I'm just going to put freedom to live life on your terms. And you notice it shows up here on the right hand panel. Now if you have a customized header that you want to use instead of using these, you can use a custom header here too. So a lot of people will go to Fiverr and they'll ask somebody to create them a custom header that looks, you know, snappy and pleasing to the eye. And what you can do is keep these in here. You still want to have the title, and you still want to have your tagline or your short description there. You still want those things there for the search engines, but what we can do is turn them off. Okay, and by turning them off, they won't display up here, but what we could do is select a logo. Now, I don't have a logo here to select to put up there, but what you would do is hit select here and then select the logo that you had created or that you created yourself. I used Inkscape to create a really cool logo for my website, and I took the different pieces and put them together in an Inkscape SVG file that scales very nicely between mobile devices and desktop devices. So anyway, you would choose your file there, click open, and it would open it up, and you could crop it if you wanted to or whatever. Alright, cancel that. So I'm going to uncheck these for now so they'll display. Now you can also, we're going to go back here, you can also go to layout and header. So this is where you can change your header style. So if you wanted a full width header like it is right now, you would do that, but you can also put contained, and what it does, it contains things into one specific area. So I'm going to put it back to full, and the inner header width I want to put to full, and header alignment, of course, left. I mean, most people want it in left. You can come up here and choose center and have it show up in the center. That's really up to you. I'm going to set mine back to left. Alright, and we can go back, or you can publish at that point and be done. But I want to go back, and I want to go to navigation, and let's see, the navigation right now we have below header, that's where we want it, and navigation hover, it just gives you a couple options there to click menu item or arrow, but hover is fine. And then drop down direction, if you have submenus, they would drop down to the right if you have right selected. And navigation search, what that does, and I kind of like this with generate press, if you enable navigation search, it puts your search button over here, which does this. You hit it, click it, you put in your search, you hit enter, and it comes up with your search results. And then it goes away and comes back to this. I kind of like that because you don't have to waste space in your sidebar over here with a search widget. So I'm going to turn that on, but that is your option. You can change it any way that you want to. So sidebars, this just gives us the layout for the sidebar. We're doing content sidebar. And it just allows us to set them different between a blog sidebar, a single post sidebar, and just overall sidebar layout. And we want content sidebar is what I want here. But if you wanted to do sidebar, content sidebar, and have two sidebars, you could do that, which I wouldn't recommend because it just wastes so much space. Or you could do sidebar content, and then what that would do is put your sidebar on the left side instead of the right side. Okay, and we'll go back one, and then let's go back another. We can do colors, and then we can change our background color, our text colors. link colors, and so on. It gives you options to change all your colors. However, I would recommend that for your actual blog content that you use a black text on a white background. You can change these other background colors behind it and make it so it pops a little bit, which would be good. Maybe give it a little more color up here in the header, and maybe change the background to the navigation bar to another color that looks nice. But select a color scheme for your website and stick to that color scheme. And what I mean by that is, have your text be, your heading text be black, or if it's going to be like a dark blue, make it a dark blue. But for everything without your site, or within your site, make it all the same color scheme. Don't make everything different on every page, because that gets confusing and kind of annoys some users. So the more straightforward it is, and easier it is to read, the better it's going to be. So those are your colors. And again, typography, if you want to change the font size, you can do that here. You can change the font. Just keep it to a font that is easily readable. You don't want to have anything like script or something like that that makes it difficult to read. So those are things you can play out and learn how to use. Now the other thing we want is menus. And we have a default menu that appears up here, but if we want to customize that a bit, we can create a new menu, give it a menu name, and let's just say main, and make it the primary menu. Do next. And then we want to add items to our menu. So this is our primary menu. Notice that it's new, it's fresh, and let's do add items. So we want to add the about me, our affiliate disclosure, terms of use, and privacy policy. We want to show those in our menu. So that is how we do that. Now you can also do this from menu from the appearance screen as well, but it's easily done here too. Now, there's other things you can do. You can choose categories. You only have one right now, but you could add categories to your menu bar. So if you have posts that are categorized in different ways, main post, blog post, whatever, you can use those categories, put them up here. And when you click on them, it would display all your blog posts, all your main posts, or however you have them categorized. All right, so that's the bulk of the customization. There's lots of things you can do with it, and I would recommend that you play around with it, get to know how they work, how they feel, and then come up with something that looks good for your website, and do that up front. And then when you're done, click publish, and notice that you get to see all of your changes right here on the screen when you do it this way. Then when you have them the way you want it, you just hit publish, and then now it says it's published, and we're done. We close this menu. And now we can go back to view website. And so now here's what our website looks like. So again, if you want your constraints as far as the full width, you can change that to a constrained type page where your width may be just right here and right here instead of the whole page. But the full width headers and stuff tend to be the most common being used these days. Okay, so now we go back to dashboard. And that is the basic settings for WordPress. The only other thing you need to do is start creating content. So you would go to posts and start adding content to your website. So I'll go over that in another video. But I hope this has helped you and sort of given you an overview of how you can get started in WordPress. So keep in mind that if you want to play around and really learn WordPress and how it works, and without say messing up a production website that you want to create, you can go over to Site Rubix using the link on my website and get you 2 free websites there, and create 2 free websites and go to town. Just create the websites, do what you want to do, learn how it all works. If it breaks, fine, just delete it and create another one. So that's a good way to get used to WordPress and how it works, and create content, make it look good. And then when you got it all down, then choose you a website name and get started creating your actual real website. So just an option you can take, and I'll put those links underneath this video, and you can go there and click there and get you some free websites and get started. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.